What is up, guys? Jarv here, back today, jumping into Destiny 2. Now, today is Friday, which means our friendly neighborhood trash collector Zer is back. We are in the tower again, and this week we are in the hangar. It took me about 12 attempts to get Zer to appear this week, so be persistent. He is definitely here. It just may take a few tries. But with that being said, let's get on with it and see what goodies he's got. Ooh, slightly different layout here. Okay, so we got the exotic Engram as we always do. So if you have an incomplete collection, any missing exotics, be sure to pick this up, as this provides a guaranteed exotic for any that are missing. And if you have a full set already, like myself, then it will provide a random piece of exotic armor instead, hopefully with some higher stat rolls. You can use legendary shards or an exotic cipher, and if you don't have one of those, you can complete this quest to get one. Quick skim then, so we have Hardlight as the weapon of the week, Young Amankara's Spine for you hunters, Dune Marchers for you Titans out there, and Felwinter's Helm for you Warlocks. Quick look then, so we have Volatile Light as the intrinsic trait. 2 rounds fired from this weapon have reduced damage fall off and over-penetrate targets and ricochet off hard surfaces. Projectile damage increases after bounce. One of the best, and still one of the best, 600 RPM autos in the game. Not as potent as it used to be. It did get a nerf when it was literally the king of autos a few seasons back, but it's still very strong, and being able to rotate through elements makes it very good for PvE too. So if you don't have it, I definitely highly recommend you come grab it. Young Amankara then for you hunters. We've got the Solar Affinity 62 stat weighted towards resilience and discipline here this week. Wish Dragon Teeth is the armor's perk, so it increases trip mine grenade duration and blast radius, and ability damage grants trip mine energy too. Don't see these a great deal. Trip mines don't get used a lot nowadays a great deal, but nevertheless this isn't a terrible roll. 62 is a fairly good stat roll. It's just unfortunate about the distribution, but if you don't actually have these in your collection, they are well worth a shout and have some pretty swanky ornaments too. Dune Marchers, finally for you Titans. I know these have been much requested. So we've got the Arc Affinity and the 61 stat weighted towards resilience and strength, so you're going to need to bump up that mobility a little bit. Linear Acutus is the armor's perk, so it increases your sprint speed. Sprinting builds up a static charge, and after melee attacking an enemy, that charge will chain damage to nearby enemies. When I was running Titan last season, I never took these off. They are that good. They're good inside PvE and PvP. At the moment, they are a little bit bugged though. This perk may not proc as consistently as it should do. Bungie are aware and are looking into it. But if you're a Titan and you don't have these, don't sleep on these. Come grab them whilst they're available. And lastly, Felwinter's Helm. We've got the Void Affinity, the 60 stat, which has got a heavy distribution towards mobility, discipline, and strength, which isn't terrible for the armor's perk here, actually. So Warlord's End is the armor's perk. Arc, Solar, and Void melee kills create a burst of energy that weakens nearby enemies. Finishes and kills against more powerful enemies increase the radius of the burst and the length of the weakening effect. Again, a much requested exotic, one that a few people are missing in their collection, and that's not a terrible stat distribution for what this has got to offer. No ornaments just yet, but again, an exotic not worth sleeping on, guys, so be sure to come grab this if you don't have it just yet. So there we are, a roundup of Zer, finally, after taking like 12 attempts to finding him in the tower this week. But nevertheless, I'll be back a little bit later with a full breakdown of trials with this guy over here, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. If you have enjoyed this video though, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new here and want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.